Here. Well, hey, we're back. We're live. YouTube, episode 11. Put a stamp on
episode 12 now.
No, it's episode 11.
No, it's 12 because we did the 10 and then the half. It's 11 and it's 12. We split your interview into two.
I'll have to look. I could have sworn it was that. Whatever.
Okay.
I can care less.
We're back on. We're live, guys.
we're live. So, well, man, it's been we skipped a Monday.
Took a Monday off for last. Why? It was a championship series. We had to watch it.
Yeah, NBA Finals, definitely had to watch it. So, really good finals. I thought it will. Even though I think just all the injuries and everything that kind of piled up, that really just took it to the top. That last game, I can't believe he tore his ACL and the KD went down. I mean, it was just. But Lakers acquire Anthony Davis. I mean, man, it's just.
Is it official?
Yeah, man, it's official. Come on, dude. You got Facebook.
Dude, I saw that and I thought, nah, okay. Because you see threads, Instagram, and then they have to update it. And, okay, this is what really happened, or this is what's going on, or there's speculation. I'm like, all right, I'll wait for it tomorrow on ESPN or see what I find. But that's crazy. So let me ask you this. So because KD and a couple of the stars on the Golden State weren't like at 100%, do you think that takes away anything from the Raptors? Like, hey, well, they didn't beat Golden State at their best. Do you think that kind of plays a little bit into how good the Raptors really are?
I mean, no. I mean, like, because if you were a Raptor fan, you'd be like, hey, so what? And if you're a Golden State fan, it was the opposite way around. It's like, so what? I mean,
yeah.
Golden State won a championship with injuries because I think Cleveland was hurt, and that's how they won. And then so I mean, it just kind of goes both ways. I mean, again, it's just like football. It's baseball too. It's like who's the healthiest at the end of the season. You're still the team man, next man up. If they couldn't deliver, then they just couldn't deliver. But no, I mean, I think you're always gonna find somebody. What did I hear? Every cherry pie is great, but you're always gonna find someone who doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, you're always gonna find somebody to complain about something.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't care if it's sunny outside, the weather feels like the beach here in Bakersfield, someone's gonna bitch about it.
Always.
So the same way, they got that win, there's someone's gonna bitch about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no one wants to see their favorite team lose. Mike Steele's a hardcore Golden State fan, so I know it's
hardcore. Why do you say? Why?
Because he's been a fan for the longest time. It doesn't matter. As far as I know, he's been the only one that's consistently been Golden State.
What's the difference between saying I'm a fan, but when you have to identify, like, I'm a hardcore fan?
Right.
Like, we mean you're gonna fist fight in the parking lot because someone pisses you off, or do you feel like we're just so accustomed to
passionate? Well, I think they are accustomed to being passionate.
No, you're not listening. Let me talk. I think. What I'm saying is, do you think we're just so used to saying the word hardcore and fan together? That's why, right?
Right.
Because if you said, like, you're a 49er fan.
Yep.
Does it make you, do I need to ask you, are you a hardcore fan? Like, is that going to make it any different to me?
Oh, to validate the fact that.
You're a fan?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
So then why do we say hardcore? It's because it's
something we adopted. Something you're used to. Yeah.
I
just want to go, I'm hardcore. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm a realist. I'm a 49er fan, and hopefully.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a hardcore fan. Like hardcore is like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if you talk about my team in the parking lot. Like, or we're gonna piss on. Like, that's like, that's an excessive fan. Like, but I mean, just saying.
Yeah, having like your favorite team, clap it on your chest.
It just always cracks me up when people like validate it. Like, but I've been a fan since like '83. Blah blah blah. Like, okay, that's. All right, great. You're a fan. Like, okay, cool. Validation.
Don't, because some people do take it to that level. Maybe it's just something to add emphasis to the fact that, I'm a hardcore fan. But hey, so who was in the '72 Lakers basketball winning team or something? I don't know. Then you're not a fan. Like, wait a minute. No, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm like, hold on. Let me call the team players up and the management. And the other thing that cracks me up is like, you'll see team players that play for the team. It's like they don't even look like they're that much. Like they're not even that hardcore about their. Like, does that make sense?
No.
Like, you'll see players, they're not like ranting and raving on Facebook and Instagram I'm a hardcore Lakers fan, and you play for them. You know what I mean? They're a player. Like they're an athlete.
Yeah.
They get traded, and you know what I mean. It's like their job. We were saying, so like you would think that if you were the one playing, you would almost be rabid about being a fan, just like, or and a part of that team than anything else.
Yeah,
I'd be like you working for a job. I guess he's like working for a job.
Yeah, it's like the grocery store, the bag boy at Vons. If they still have those, like, hey, Vons for life. Like, they're not.
Or would you be like, hey, I love Vons so much, like I'm a hardcore Vons shopper. Like what? Who fucking cares?
Hey, it's all about convenience. Who can give me what I want in and out with the least customer service hassle?
And that's the other thing too. I was listening to a commercial on the way over here, and or on the way to the gym, and they were talking about solar. And this guy's like, "We put customers first. And we offer great customer service." And in my mind, I'm like, "No shit, like no shit, Sherlock. Like, the fuck, dude? Like, really?
Can you imagine if they came out and said, "Hey,
they're not going to say that."
Go ahead and give us a call. We'll get back to you as soon as we have time. And that's it.
I know, but they're stating the obvious. That's like, hey, date me. I'm great with relationships. Like, feel like you're not going to be like, hey, I suck at relationships. Like, like I guess you learn that as you go. Or like realtors like, do you want to get your house sold fast? Like, or okay, like let's talk about all the times you sucked. No, but I know it's just marketing, but it cracks me up though. Or like I saw somebody drive by like discount plumbing. Or discount this or lowest price possible. Like I get it, but I almost feel like it's weird to put that in a sense because it's weird to put that because it's almost like you're downplaying yourself. Does that make sense? Like Apple's not like discount cell phone service. You're not hearing Sprint says that, and we all know Sprint sucks. Like service wise.
I've never been a Sprint fan. But
I used to work there.
Okay.
Terrible service.
See, imagine if the world was like that and you had to put out on Front Street, hey, girl, just so you know, I'm a horrible kisser, but hey, if you want to cuddle, I'm your guy.
Mad cuddle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, mad cuddle for days, girl. I'll hold you like no other. Or you know what? Hey, I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
I tend to fart a lot quite a bit at night. It's mainly at night. So if you're asleep, you won't hear it. You know what I mean? How much weirder would it be? You have to actually try to find your soul. You know what? Soulmate. Do you actually think there really is even such thing as a soulmate?
Do I think there's such thing as a soulmate?
Yeah, because you hear people, oh my God, I married my soulmate. I married my best friend or something. Oh
yeah, that's another thing too. Obviously, people like, I married my best friend. Like, that's obvious. Like I mean, I almost feel like it's like almost a statement that you just say just because it sounds good.
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, like it doesn't have to be your best friend. Like your best friend could be someone else. I mean, you can have, I think, the same love for anybody. Whether like, I love you. You're my homie. Mm-hmm. I love my brother. I love my mom. I love my wife. I love you. You know what I mean? Like you can love everybody in their own way.
Yeah.
They have a mutual respect for them and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as like a soulmate, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I just feel like my thoughts are just like, we're here to procreate, like in a sense, like this, we're here to, kids.
Let's evolve.
Yeah, move, past that generation on. I mean, that's for sure. You get to the foundation of us, but I don't know, man. Like, I think you should. I think you should always. You could probably have a couple soulmates, people that you just are passionate about.
Yeah.
And may not be somebody that you're gonna like have a relationship with. Maybe you're just passionate about that relationship that you have with them and stuff like that. But I mean,
see, and that's the thing, man. I think like, to me, when someone says they married their soulmate, that means they're intertwined through everything. You like the same food, you like the same music, you have but the same thing. It's like you do everything like because collectively that's your soulmate. They know you.
Why do we adopt that though? Like why where do you get your impression that a soulmate is somebody that likes what you like when it comes to eating or likes the same things you like? Like in a sense, you should just like love yourself
regardless, right?
Well, I will say like if you're happy with yourself, then like I don't really need to identify someone who likes the exact same stuff as you. Like your soulmate, I think the person you're gonna be with like that for a long period of time, if that's what you choose, somebody's gonna challenge you.
Right.
Like, and also too, like a firm believer of this, right? So I don't care who you're with. Like I used to have a buddy, right? Best friend. And like this dude, man, we used to just best friend in high school. We used to hang out all the time, whatever. We used to stay at his house all the time. So then like we started working together and we actually like lived with each other, right?
Yeah.
And I swear, dude, like after 6 months to a year, I was done with this dude. Like we got on each other's nerves so much. Like everything was like, yo, pick that shit up, and you pick this up, and you don't clean that, and you don't do this, and you like he would cook, and then like I would do the dishes, and we just like as a team, right? We work two dudes, right?
Yeah.
We're working at a job, but we would always find stuff to complain about like after a certain amount of time. So I really believe, like straight up, dog, I believe that like I don't care who you're with, they're gonna get tired of them. Whether it's your wife, you live with your brother, you live with even your kid, you're gonna like people may not say it, but there's probably times you look at shit like this little motherfucker. Like you get on my nerves. Like I don't want to say it, like because it sounds bad to say it, to announce that. But you should almost be able to be like, hey man, like we're having these issues, like communicate to each other and to work past them because you can't be stagnant. Like you're going to die. Like you should always be educating yourself, right? Like whether it's not, I can't just say school, but whether it's like just doing something new, like like you never played golf.
Yeah.
Now you play golf.
Got into it. Yeah.
You know, and you've played consistently. What else? I mean, you picked up playing what this week?
Oh, softball. Yeah,
right?
Softball. I mean, I liked it, and I kept putting it off. And that's the thing. I feel like I'm constantly going new things I want to do.
But why?
And I like that.
Yeah. What about?
Well, because I like the challenge, man. Like I feel like you said it before, stagnant. And you've known me for a couple of years now. That I'm always one thing after another. I'm switching or doing something differently, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I like playing sports. It's a part of me. I feel like it's my
new things.
Yeah, my new thing. So it keeps me intact. So like, dude, that's one of the things, and I think this is why you maybe remember, is the fact that because growing up I played so many sports, and I remember being so happy just being out in the middle of the apartment complex, playing with all the guys, marbles, football, hide and go seek, baseball, all that shit. We loved it, and we would stay out there for hours. So now I'm finding out that, I got, I'm an adult now. I have responsibilities and shit like that. Now it's like, you know what? Now when I started playing golf, I'm kind of reminiscent. Man, it reminds me to have fun at the same time. So when I'm out there playing softball, it's like back in the day when I was playing with my boys. Right. Obviously, they're all adults now, but it's cool. And I like it because, I don't know, inside it makes me feel like it's just fun, dude.
Right. Like you shouldn't, like we're just big kids. Like that's it. Like like I was telling my daughter, I'm like, all the problems you have now that you think you have as a teenager, they don't go away because you become 20 and 30 and 40. I couldn't tell you 40 because I'm not 40, but what I mean is like they don't. Like you still deal with things, right? So you deal with them because, and then you have responsibilities and you deal with them. Yeah. So my point is like kind of back to the whole soulmate thing. Like I think a soulmate is somebody or who you love or soulmate, or how you want to use it, but I think soulmate is a term that's kind of like just pressed upon us. No, it's pressed upon us by society. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you should have a soulmate. But what I mean is that like that should be someone who supports what you do and like you support what they do. Like you never forget who you are, and you don't change to become someone else because they should already know who you are. And then like when you grow, you're like you should grow too, right? We're not looking to change, just continue to grow, which is like do the things. And then it's like, I think when somebody questions what you do, like, oh, you do that. Oh, like, who are you now? Like that, like that's their interpretation of them being unhappy with their life at that moment.
Right. Okay.
Because they're not growing, right? And they feel like they're going to get left behind.
You know, I wonder if that's what it is, man. Because most of the times, like, you hear people getting divorced, separating, or kids falling apart or whatever. It's like, you hear, oh yeah, he changed. He was a different person, and I think, after you said that,
like the same person forever.
I mean, doesn't
make any sense.
You can't.
I'm not the same person I was.
I wasn't
teens, 20s, 30s, but you always got to keep educating, growing, doing something different. Like, because if you don't, I mean, you're just gonna die. I was like, that's pretty much it. Like you're gonna die not happy. Like you can sit there and. Well, I had a family and we bought a house and we accomplished an American dream. Yeah, but
were you supposed to?
No, are you supposed to?
I feel like.
Are you?
Well, to me, it feels like you have a house and you do those things, but it's not just about having a house, going to work, come back to the house, sitting at the house, and then that's it, watching TV, go to sleep, and do the monotonous thing every day. Kids go to bed at a certain time. Hey, kids go to bed. I'm gonna watch some shit that I couldn't watch when they're there. Or stay up late. Hey, you know what? I'm going to get online and, you know what? I want to know about barn doors. So I'm going to look at some random shit. Because, I don't know, man. I'm not a handyman per se where I can do all this other shit, but I want to learn. And I think that's why I'm constantly wanting to learn more about random shit, dude. Like barn doors. I was looking it up last night how to install this and that, and I went down a rabbit hole watching these old guys.
So we went from life to barn doors.
Yeah, well, I'm like back and forth, man.
No, but you know what I mean. Like growing up, you're even though you may not be told, or you may not have like a soft example, or just you what you watch on TV and movies and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, get married, have kids. Right, like it's. Right. I think this generation now, and the generation a little before this, where now they have the internet and stuff like that, like, or well, not the internet, like social media. Like they're going to be a completely different generation. They're not going to be getting married. Yeah. And that's. I mean, to me, I'm like, yo, that's okay. Like that's just.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's who we are. Like we evolve. Like there was just slavery 100+ years ago.
Yeah.
Now they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then before that, people were out there killing each other in the streets and dueling.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't like, yeah, the world's big, but it's so small because it's in our hands now, right? That we feel like it's crazy, but it's a lot safer than what it used to be.
Right. But now, let me ask you this. Do you feel like when we grew up, because they didn't have like Megan's Law, where you can check like where sex offenders were registered at.
There was a
and now they have that now.
People have always been crazy.
Right? But now, because I feel everything's so fast forward, everything's easily accessible. You got a pedophile that lives 3 doors down, and you got a taco stand 2 down. How many
pedophiles did you know lived around you?
That's the thing. I didn't. Growing up, I didn't.
We're flooded with information.
Oh yeah.
So that keeps you always concerned about, or that always keeps you like the knowing is almost
worse.
Not as worse. It's just, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Like before, like. I forgot who I was listening to a podcast, but the dude said this guy said, when we were younger, there was no, internet. He's like, someone could get killed by a shark in Florida and you would not know about it.
Right.
Or people think here, this was really big, but now that we have this device in our hand, like we're constantly updated with information that it shrunk the world, and because of that, it seems like it's so much better because we're getting constant updates, but it's just like in and out. A lot of it, it's just information overloaded. It's
yeah.
So like there was a whole world, and like, but when you were younger, you wanted to do adventure. Like, okay, well, I could go here and I can go here, and I want to travel and stuff like that. And now you can look them up on TV, you can look online, and you can get a little bit of culture, like, and you can be. It's a bigger world, but it's more condensed in your hands. So. Again, I just think that it's the same world. I mean, it's just moving faster, obviously, because of the amount of information that we're put into, that's given to us. So I don't know, I mean, like, well, oh man, in my day, you could walk, we could walk home. Like I remember walking home from Emerson, downtown Bakersfield, walking back to my mom's house by South High. Like she wasn't concerned. It was like, hey, I'm going to be here. And it should take me a little bit, about this much time to get home. But would you let your kid walk 3 or 4 or 5 miles?
See, now I wouldn't.
Why?
Because I don't feel like, to me, and I talked to him about it the other day too. It was like, because I feel like, not that the world's gotten more dangerous, I just think people have gotten a lot less careless to pay attention to shit, right? Like, for example, he asked me, hey, Dad, you know where I live at? Hey, can I go down to the Target? I said, you know what? I kind of almost want you to go down there because I want to see if you'll find your sense of direction. But then you get some pendejo that's on the phone and you want to go on a skateboard. And then he's got his earbuds.
I hate to say it, dog, but if someone's meant to die, they're meant to die. That was the plan.
Yeah, but if you can...
You can't prevent life from happening.
But if you can lessen the risk factor... Come on, man.
I believe it's like when your time to go is your time to go. Now, it's sad to say it's right. Your kid, but you could step out right now and get hit by a car. Like, what? But because you acknowledge that I can get hit by a car, maybe it's going to protect you. Like, life's going to happen regardless.
Well, yeah, that I get, but it's just in the situation that
you're almost softening your kid up. Like, my daughter goes skateboarding after school, smashes out, skateboards.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was like, okay,
she has her phone on you.
Yeah, but if you get hit by a car, you can't use your phone at all.
then well, fucking she died. That's
Yeah,
life.
I get that. But the thing is, my
Like, I'm
job,
not-
my job as a parent is I want to protect them as much as I
And,
can. Now, once they
and
go out
when
to
you
the
almost
real
protect
world,
them, you can make them soft.
true, I agree to a point. But if
You
you
came
ask
out.
me,
You came out pretty strong, and you probably some dangerous situations.
yeah, I was. Goddamn, I'm surprised.
But what did it make you? Like, we don't know what we're almost in a sense, because we're so freaking overprotective. We think because we have so much information.
That's what I'm saying.
Now
Yeah,
we don't know we don't know what that's gonna reflect in the future. Like,
Yeah.
how is that gonna, when they become an adult, what are they not gonna be able to do? Like, how are they not gonna be self-sufficient? What if they go to college and then man, mom and dad never let me be on my own, and I just can't stand this anymore. I want to drop out of college and come back home.
Yeah.
Then what do? Have a conversation with why you need to stay there, and you need to be like, just when maybe letting them walk around the blocks and shit like that and be their own person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
because we had to
do. But I guess for long distances, because I'm just worried, busy ass street. I don't know. And I know him, earbuds. I'm thinking distraction, he gonna pay attention to shit. Because growing up, yeah, I would ride my bikes. I didn't have no earbuds to distract me. I'm on full on, like, what's up? Let's roll.
No.
We take off for long hours, and it's like it's kind of hard to say, okay, you know what? Do I trust him enough to actually pay attention to what's going on in the surroundings when he's got music in his ear?
People had radios. I got in a car accident switching CDs out. There were CDs, there was tape decks, there was 8-tracks. Like, there's always something there's people were eating, people were getting ready in the cars.
Yeah.
Like, I get it that it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what I mean is, like, you just, I don't know, man, life's gonna happen, and I think if you over worry, you know, but that being said, like, this can go both ways. You're never gonna get, again, everybody cherry pie, and there's always somebody's not gonna like it. Like, that's just, you know, my thought is just like, gotta let them kind of, I don't know, man. You can't always be there to soften the blow. Like, you gotta let them become something. Like, the kids are kind of getting soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's the truth.
But I'm not gonna go say, "Hey, go pick a fight with that kid and see what you're made out of."
Why? You're not.
But why are you gonna make me go to fight? Like, there's no reason for it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you? But you know what I mean? Like, if some guy was like picking on your son and bullying him, like, you wouldn't tell him to stand up for himself.
If it's a guy or some like, okay,
like, he's pushing him, bullying him.
Oh yeah, I told him.
Would you be like, hey, go write him a note and say, don't do this no more? Or would you be like, yo, put hands on that motherfucker?
I'll give him.
What's gonna happen? Like, how many times have you not been in a situation where you're an adult and you gotta know when to fucking handle some shit? Like, look, some kids don't want to do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just reading what they're saying. But that's what I mean. Like, you know, like, I just can recall times when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that we went through. Like, man, that helped shape me for when I was an adult. And again, you know, it's a whole different generation. They're going to be completely different, you know, to no matter what, you know. But I just think, you know, if we're taking some shit away from them, in a sense, you know what I mean?
In a sense, yeah, I do agree. Because there's sometimes like, man, dude, like, initiative, do this and do that. But then I find myself doing the same things that my mom had wanted me to do. Hey, make sure you wash, do all this, be responsible, and clean up. Now I'm like, hey, look something up, try to have an idea for dinner. Wash the clothes, fold them. When I get home, I better just clean because you ain't doing anything. You're not going to school. And then he's on the video games. Hey, what happened? I did this, did that. All right, great, cool. You know, but as far as letting him roam the streets by himself, I guess because I don't know, I don't feel comfortable.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's just different. Yeah, but I agree with you. Yeah, there are certain things like, hey. Yeah, maybe you should go to Target.
Like, I want my son to be rough, dog. Like, I like that he plays with, like, all those little cousins.
Yeah.
That are fucking rough. Like, where they're socking each other, they're throwing each other.
Yeah.
Like, I like that because I'm like, yo, he's going to learn how to take care of himself, right?
Yeah.
I don't want him to be in a situation where he's just getting walked over. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to separate from male to female, but I've also seen a lot of guys that can't stand up for themselves and their wives leave them. Or they're never respected as a man, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense, like, they don't carry like the alpha gene. You know what I mean? I don't want my boy to get walked over. And same thing for the women. My daughters, like, I don't want them to get walked over. They got to have a sense of pride, and they got to have a sense of foundation and you know, and a way to stand. You know what I mean? Like, they just can't tuck their tails between their legs and just look at their phone.
Yeah, but then sometimes you get that woman that is the alpha that makes up for where the man doesn't have it, and there's like the dominant thing, you know what I mean? So you can it can be either or, but yeah,
I've seen too many relationships where a woman wants a guy that acts a certain way, and then when they get that, they want another type of guy. Like I'm saying, like you got to straddle that line. You got to be, you got to be able to be the guy that can dance with them and hang out with them, and then also like you know what I'm saying, like
but still don't lose yourself, because if you know how to dance, but you don't want to dance. Like, I don't want to dance right now.
I've seen a lot of dudes get cheated on because they never wanted to go have fun.
Really?
Yeah, man. Guys that you look at like, yo, that's a good dude. Like, man, that dude takes care of all the things you would think, and then you're like, why'd your lady cheat on you? Like, oh man, because she wanted to go out and dance. I don't do that. I just wanted to stay home. Like, and then eventually they go out, have fun. They realize, hey, this motherfucker's boring. Like, you change, you grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not compliment your spouse? Like, have fun with them, or even your friends. Like, like eventually your friends are not, that's like a friend. Like your friends, all your friends want to do certain things and they're inviting you all the time, and eventually they stop inviting you because you don't do shit. Like you can't be mad at them.
Right.
Like you X yourself out because you just didn't want to be a part of anything. Like you didn't want to grow.
Well, I mean, there could be different variables.
Not change, grow.
Yeah, grow. Yeah, but if man, this can go down so many ways. It's a trip. Because if you do have someone that says, hey, you know what? Well, I'm married, I can't do this, or we have this plan or whatever, then are you?
No, I don't think anybody that compromises you says like, hey, let's go do something that's going to put you in a situation that your spouse will not be happy about. And I think that's what most people are going to relate to. But like you should be able to go be like, I'm going to have a beer with my friends and watch the game and not get questioned.
Right.
You get questioned, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because your spouse should go do the same shit. Like, hey, I want to go have a girls' night. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be gone for a couple hours. Okay.
Yeah, because that's when you give an exchange. Like, hey, you still do your thing.
I mean, I know too many people that are just like, I can't do this because of my life. We gotta lie about this shit because we gotta come up with this big ass lie. Like, no, homie, you gotta come up with a lie. I don't come up with shit. Like, don't put me in this. Like, we could go do this. Like, and it's not compromising things. It's like even if it's like, yo, let's just go to the gym, or hey, let's go watch a game. Right. Let's go golf. Or you know what I'm saying? Like just I'm just saying throw random shit. That's not even like but it's always like, oh my God, you're doing this. And you know what I'm saying? Like you never make time for us. Like, man, we all got lives, like, like
Well, I mean, that's the thing, man, is you do it. I feel like, when you're in a relationship, there is a certain type of compromise. And yes, should each one do their own thing that makes them happy? Yes. Let me
point like this. And I'll take the Gary Vaynerchuk approach. If you're happy with your current situation, don't fucking complain.
Right.
Plain and simple. If you're complaining when your spouse isn't around, or that friend's not around, or that employer's not around, then you're not happy in that situation. Get the fuck out of it.
Black and white.
Don't complain. Yeah. But if you're happy where you're at, then shut the fuck up. Then you're good.
Yeah.
So he says is like, if not everybody's an entrepreneur, not everybody's gonna be in, like if you're happy making $30,000 a year and you're happy, then great, good for you.
Yeah.
Because if you're not complaining, then good for you. But if you're complaining about it, it's either do something about it or don't do nothing about it. Just don't complain about it.
That I agree.
That's point blank.
Yeah, because I mean, you get a lot of people that complain and do this and that, and sometimes they're just scared to go ahead and make that.
When you challenge them, it's all like, oh, well, I don't want to do this because of this. They have all these excuses and shit like that. Like, okay, I don't leave my job because I got to pay this and I got to do this and I got to do this. Okay, so then maybe you can't leave your job. Maybe you just don't have what it takes to go do something different, or, I don't want to, I can't go work out because I have enough time. Like, you do have enough time, I can't, it's just everything, like anybody come up with an excuse for everything. Cherry pie and fucking people don't like it.
Well, yeah, because you got people that either, I think try to take other people's feelings into consideration as to why they do certain things. Like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go out and do this because this person's going to be upset at me. So I don't want to hurt their feelings and deal with that. So I'm just going to stay home and you guys have a good time.
Yeah, well, that's an honest answer, though.
Right?
If I was like, yo, like if you were talking about how you want to lose weight and hey, I want to lose weight. I'm just using this as an example, right? Because most people talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I want to lose weight and I want to get more in shape. And you start like, well, let's go to the gym. And you always talk about it, but you never do nothing about it.
Right.
But you're always talking about it. Like, well, yeah, maybe like there's a point where it's like, okay, so you're either gonna do something or don't do it. Right. Yeah. Well, but it'd be different if you were like, yo, I'm fat, but I really don't give a shit to do anything about it. Cool. I respect that. Like, because you're being honest about it. You're not lying to yourself.
And I agree. Like, it's important today. I ate those fucking nachos and you're like, dude, really nachos? I've been working out consistently. I'm taking my subs. Hey, one time I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna eat these nachos. I'm gonna eat half of it
But what you
with steak. And I'm like, all right,
Well-
cool. You know what? That's it. I'm still gonna hit the gym tonight. So look for it. We're holding each other accountable, right? And so I want to get in shape for myself, not for anybody else. I heard someone say that, the reason guys that work out or that are married, or the reason that women work out when they're married is because they want to peacock. They want to show off to the opposite sex, like get a certain attention that you're not getting. And I kind of call bullshit on that one.
No, I
She
think
was saying,
I think
yeah,
you should-
guys work out if you're married. Like, why would you want to work out and get all fit and shape? Like, if your partner doesn't
Well,
want
that's
to
the
like
thing,
that,
though. People think that. I think the misconception is like, oh, because you go work out, like you're like it completely. It's like being in real estate. Oh, you're in real estate, so that means you probably are balling out of control, right? Like they're
Right.
like there's so many different levels before that.
Yeah.
So what I mean is like the same thing with the gym. Like just because you go to the gym and you change the way you eat, not even change the way you eat, just because you just feel a little bit healthier, or maybe you stop drinking or something like that. Like people go from far left to far right real quick. Like,
Right.
you just now you're vain, or you just want to be buff, or you want to be really toned as a woman, or you want to peacock. Like,
yeah,
hey, maybe we're in our 30s and we're gonna be 40 and 50, and I don't want to be hunched over with my back, and you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to feel better. Like, when I go and I zone out for an hour, that's like a way I relieve stress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like studies show like it helps doing some form of physical fitness.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we're
why I
not meant
do
to
it.
be sitting around all day stuffing our faces and,
Can you
and
imagine
like,
watching TV and then you get a big old stomach and then you get dick do and
we're not supposed to be
that's not happening.
Wall-E, that movie Wall-E in those
Oh,
chairs, but
God.
we're coming to that. But that's what I mean though. Like, but again, whenever somebody says something to you, it's because how they personally feel about themselves.
Taking it out on you.
That's just how they feel about themselves. So oh, I'm gonna dip, and like that's how they're currently feeling in their current situation. It may not be how they always feel,
Yeah.
but like if you ask for advice, let's say someone's going through some shit, and like somebody passed away or something like that. Life's just rough right now for that person, and you ask them for advice about something, and they just give you some horrible advice. Like it doesn't mean that's how they believe shit, but right now in that current situation, however
That's how
they're
they
answering,
feel?
how they're dictating how their answer is to you. They could be,
Well,
you could be like, "Hey man, I want to quit my job." Like whatever, dude, do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or it could be like, their response could just be like, "Hey man, they could give you a better." But as I said, it's just how they're dealing with it. Their current situation is gonna be. So we can't take that personal how
Yeah.
someone thinks or how someone cares.
Yeah, and
it's
that's
just
the
like,
thing,
hey, that's how you feel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask like someone that's addicted to something. Hey, how do you feel about that? I'm not gonna ask
You don't have
someone
to be
that's not in my state of mind. I should say I guess that's you know what. Let me go back. The reason I have a hard time communicating is for that particular reason. I tend to not think that people feel like are going to think the same way I do, and I don't want to have to explain myself because I feel they're not going to get it. And I get told I'm bad at communicating because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to deal with any emotional and have to explain myself because then from there it's probably going to create another argument. I said, well, you don't understand it. It makes sense to me, but because, like you said, they're in a different mind state, I don't want to go ahead and push. Well, this is what I mean. Let me break it down. This and this and this. I still don't understand. Let me break it down even further.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. I'm just, wipe that shit off. I'm like, okay, you know what? We convene. I'll break it down simple. If you get it, great. If you don't,
But a lot of times,
moving
it's like things like you're gonna get it. Like you want to get another tattoo.
right.
How many people have you told that you want to get a tattoo?
You, wife, son, and my brother.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So, or you haven't posted nothing on Facebook or social media saying like, "Hey, what do you guys think about this?" or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So, kind of. But my point is like whenever you want to do things like people are like, "Yo, I'm going to start going to the gym."
Right.
Which, when they say that, usually they don't. Like they fail. Right.
Right.
People that announce it, it's like suicide. They say
Right.
the highest rate when it comes to suicide, there's 2 people: the ones that think it and the ones that say they want to kill themselves. The ones that say they want to kill themselves are a lower percentage of not killing them. They're just asking for help. Attention.
Yeah.
Versus the ones that don't say shit are the ones you should be concerned about. So it's kind of like, my thought is like, if you're like,
when the New Year's resolution comes, like I'm going to become a better me, and I'm going to stop drinking, and I'm going to like you're doing it because you want people's validation. It's not accountability. You're just it's just I can't think of what the word was that they used, but it's just like why announce it? Like just go.
Yeah,
Like just do it, right? Because
Yeah.
now you're is your thing gonna die? Your laptop? Do you have a charger?
No, it's not gonna. I'm good. I'm on there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like because you open it up to interpretation for people to like give you their opinion,
Right.
which
Right.
I hate to say it, man. Like yeah, we say don't listen to people's opinions and stuff like that, but like it's like posting something and looking in the comment section. You know it's not there. You know you shouldn't look, but then you look in the comments and you want to argue with that person because they're going against. Not everybody's gonna see eye to eye with you, right? Because that's how they feel at the current moment.
Cherry pie.
Right. So again, like that's kind of the same setup. Like when you open that up to like, yo, I'm gonna get it's because you're excited, like, yo, I'm gonna get this car. Like, oh, why do you want to get that car? Like you shouldn't buy a car, it's a bad investment. Like
Yeah.
and then
I want to get it just because I want it.
right, but so don't say shit.
Yeah.
Fucking do your thing.
Yeah.
Like me getting that like my my ink, I was like, I told you. Like I just told you because you were talking about it too. So I'm like, oh cool, like I think about doing this.
Yeah.
And I talked to my guy who's gonna do it and I was showing Bella like the design, that was it. Like, but
Yeah.
it's like a little inner circle, but I'm not like posting out there for validation.
Right, and that's what I don't want
You'll
to
see a lot of people will give you their comments and their advice, like, I'm getting into this, but like,
Yeah.
So, people are more supportive of always like the most basic things, like, hey, I'm gonna stop drinking. Good for you, like stuff like that. But again, I mean, why
they don't have any other choice? Imagine, hey,
know.
you're gonna stop drinking. That's a bad idea, bro. You're gonna go through withdrawals. Don't do it. Just keep it on. Turn yourself off. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the thing. Is I think personally, for myself, yeah, opinions used to matter a lot to me. Now that I'm really, and I don't mean to sound like a dick, but sometimes I don't care to listen to people's opinions because a lot of them are gonna give it, hoping that you know what, he didn't take my advice. You know what, he didn't take my opinion. He could avoid all that. That's life. You have to go through that shit. You know what I mean? No one's gonna know the exact answer. Like, you going through your divorce, I can have an idea because I come from divorced parents, but it's not the same situation. Right. It's different. Same thing like me.
And a lot of times now too, you don't have to like offer. Like everybody thinks that like when somebody talks to you, like you have to offer a solution.
Right.
Sometimes people just want to say something and just be like, oh man, like you don't have to offer a solution. Like you don't have to give advice. Like you just, I mean, I've heard people say like, yeah, man, I've never went through that before, so I really don't know how to like what to offer to you. But I'm here if you need anything. Like, yeah, man, I appreciate that. Like, so kind of the same thing. Like, you don't have to always have a solution or an answer. You just be a human. Just be like, hey, man, I hear you. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I heard somewhere that the reason they gave you 2 ears and 1 tongue is so that way you can listen a lot more and talk less.
And so exercise it. Yeah,
yeah, and I think that's one of the things that people don't do as much. They always want to find that solution, that go to, like, hey man, you know what, you were right, thanks. You know what I mean? And it's not about that. It's just, hey, I wish I could help you out, but if it were me, this is what I would do. You don't have to do it, but I'll help you out the best I can.
Well, I think a lot of times too, we just like to hear ourselves talk. Like, like, oh man, that sounds great. Like I'm doing great because I'm just rambling on to them. I'm like, I'm giving them all this advice. And a lot of times we don't even take you don't even take your own advice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
You know what I mean? Like I really feel like recently, like within the past couple months, like I felt like I've put this like buffer in between. It was almost like my brain has slowed down before commenting on stuff. Like I'll hear people say something to me and I'm like in my mind, I'm like, what point? Like if I say this, I can get 2 reactions and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it's not going to benefit anybody for me to say anything. So I just listen. You know what I mean? Like, why even go down that route of making somebody feel uncomfortable, or if I don't have nothing nice to say, maybe not like help them. I don't know what situation they're in. Like the same thing, I don't know what's going on in their life. I maybe just need to be to support them and just I get it. Listen. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I don't want to say nothing and then ruin your day. You know what I mean? Because like you don't know, like that person who just be a nice person just happens to have a shitty day, and you just happen to run into each other that one time. And it's just a shitty shit show.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. And one thing I'm starting to do a lot more lately, if I am having a bad day, say, hey, how's it going? You know what? It's not too good. Oh, really? Yeah, I had this happen. They're like, oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I got to get going. Good seeing you, bud. Okay, thanks. And then they're gone.
Yeah.
Like most people don't want to listen to the bad shit. And if you do, it's like, yeah, well, maybe have you tried doing this? Because the thing I don't like the most, I dislike is whenever I will tell someone something about something, and like, well, you know what? Maybe probably it might be your fault, or maybe you know
Yeah,
what, you
start
shouldn't
there.
have done that. Like, wait a minute, that's not what I want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I just want to vent it out and get off my chest and be done with it. But then again, I think that's when you grow. I mean, when someone
What?
does challenge you, like, hey, did you ever think about this? Well, no, not really, but I just thought bring it up. Well, let me think about that. And
Yeah.
then eventually
Well,
you're like, okay,
I believe
maybe.
I believe you're only gonna make a growth whenever you're ready to grow, though.
Yeah.
It's like
You won't force it on you?
you can't force an addict to stop being an addict. Like you can't drag them there.
Mm.
Like, I mean, how many people have you ever heard of like, they were going to jail or they were thrown into rehab or you know, like they've had these big issues and it was like none of them were like, yeah, it was because everybody grabbed me and threw me in there. A lot of times it was like, man, because I finally accepted I had a problem.
Yeah.
Like the 12 step,
True.
the 12 step, you know, for I think is for what is it, for Alcoholics Anonymous? Yeah, the first one's like just to admit that you have no power, or, you know, it has power, you know, like you're powerless.
Yeah.
Like to accept that it's a problem. Like, so, you know, when you don't accept that there's an issue or there's a problem, like that, you're always going to point fingers outward. You know, every time you're pointing, like say, every time you're pointing a finger, there's three pointing back at you.
Right back
Like,
at
you know, and that's, I mean, you think like, yeah, that's the obvious, but if you can't blame somebody, you know, you feel like if I can't blame anybody, you know, it's hard for me to blame myself.
Yeah,
last.
no shit, dude. Yeah, everyone's always like, oh, it's their fault for the reason that I am. That's why, like me, dude, from the first interview of how my story was and all this other stuff,
Mhm.
I could have fucking easy 100 excuses to end up messing up or fucking being all over the place and, you know, like a complete fuck up in life by my standards, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't have an excuse for that. I don't want to.
Except for eating
that's why
nachos.
I'm like that. Nachos, yeah.
That's why
they're delicious.
I told you,
delicious.
if I'd have came in and I was like, why'd you eat those damn nachos saying you work out when you're working out all the time, you were just like, yo, fam, I was hungry. I'd have been like, okay. But you were like, well, they have guacamole and they have this. But what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is like, you just accept it.
Yeah, I was hungry. I ate half of it. I was like, good.
Yo, fam, I ate nachos. Fuck it.
Yeah, I was hungry.
But again, what do? We make excuses. So like when you can make excuses for the little shit, you're gonna make excuses for everything. Like it trickles. It trickles.
Yeah.
So like I'm the type, like you say, like that's what I'm saying. Like if it's like, yo, you ate shit, I did. Like because it kind of ends the conversation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes
I always tell
sense.
people because like I can talk a lot of shit, right? I tell my daughter, if you're gonna talk shit, you better not talk shit or learn how to talk shit really well because you're gonna get tested.
Yeah.
And you better be able to take someone like throw it like don't get your feelings hurt. If you want to bring it. I always tell her too.
Yeah, dude.
If you want to throw it, I was like, cause I'll come at you. I was like, or not. And she's just like, no. So I'm just saying, like, you prepare for this stuff. As you get older, people are gonna meet your match. It's like me working with Tony. Like, you know, that dude's quick and witty.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like if you know, like for the little things, just hey man, yep, I ate it.
Yeah.
Well, cool, whatever. Like, oh, my bad. My point was this. I used to always tell everybody, when I talk shit, like if we're talking shit, the quickest way to get someone to stop talking shit to you is do what?
What? Tell the truth?
Not react to it. Like, okay. Like when they like you're just like okay, well, they're not paying attention to me. Like you know what I mean? Like so that's like the quickest way out of something is be like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I ate those fucking nachos.
And you know what?
And
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. No, and I get it. That's true. And that's one thing that I do tend to do sometimes, like find an excuse as to why I do it, because to me it makes sense.
No, it's
I have them.
The reason you make an excuse because you know you shouldn't have done it. You know you shouldn't have did it.
I had to feed myself.
You could have chose way better than that.
Yeah,
could you have not? Could you not?
Yeah, there's always other options, but for me,
that was the option.
Because I've been eyeing those motherfuckers for like at least a month now. Every time I go in there, it's on the menu. I'll get a vegetable, chicken, or steak, no rice, little rice salad. All right, cool. And today I hadn't eaten any food all day. I had my supplements, but no food. And I thought, you know what? Someone before me got some nachos. I'm like, you know what? It's about damn time I get those nachos.
No, but you should challenge yourself though. Like there's times where
challenge. I didn't want to, but
there's times where I'm like, I really, really, really want to do this. Like I'll be like, yo, I really, really, really want to have a drink. I just really want to have one drink. But then I'm like, I'm gonna let it push me to that limit. Keep pushing me to where I'm gonna say no. Like I'm just or I really want to go. I really want to eat this, you know, and I know I really shouldn't. but this is me testing myself, because if I can get over this one hurdle, I can always do it going forward.
Okay.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't eat it or anything like that, but I guarantee you ate like shit at the Dodger game.
No.
At the
Dodger game, I didn't.
You eat nothing the whole time at the Dodger game. How about the way up there?
We up there. I had some beef jerky, sunflower seeds,
Fake meat,
and then
salt,
had Jameson. Had me some
And
Jameson and Sprite.
a lot of sugar.
And then I had 3 bottles of water. And then we had I got like 2 taquitos from the restaurant, some restaurant right there on Letter Street with some fake ass guacamole sauce. That was it.
So minus all the alcohol, would you feed that to your child and assume that's a healthy meal?
Healthy meal, no. Delicious? I'd probably say yeah.
Again, there's those excuses.
Hey, cherry pie.
There's those
cherry
excuses.
Pie.
There's
cherry
those
pie.
excuses, kid.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to help you out.
Well, if they were going to gym,
Laura, I know what you're going through then.
I'm just saying if it's delicious for a time, okay, cool. I'll get back on the
so
saddle
let me drop some knowledge on you real quick. If you make excuses for everything, don't get mad that your kid makes excuses.
No, that's true.
Because I don't. If I know the shit I do, and I look at them and I'm like, I can't tell you shit. Because I do it. I'm your example.
Right.
Because they don't hear what you say, they see what you do.
Right. Yeah. So
Where's the mic? Bam. I'm just saying. So like
picking it back up?
sometimes
Okay.
that's what I mean. Like in the short, like so.
Well, the shortcomings, think about it, because to me it's like this. Like, yes, I love working out. I want to stay in shape. Maybe I don't have a strong willpower.
But my point with you is like you already have a nice physique, right? Where you probably do a little bit. You just gotta eat different.
Yeah.
If you just ate different, you wouldn't
battle for
you
me.
wouldn't have to work out as much.
Well, why don't they make?
And you're a hell of a cook too.
Delicious. They make fucking delicious food. The pastries, the donuts. I try to get a protein donut. I like little glaze on my donut. Some sprinkles. But no, I try to stay away from it. To me, if I could, I would fucking eat everything. Right. I have limited my portions so much now that I'm like, fuck. But you know what? I had them on
my point is this, right? My point is this, and I'm not a fucking health guru. Like what I'm trying to say is like, if we can't fix that, you're always going to be chasing that carrot of trying to be fit, like or better, right? Like at that, because those are bad habits that we've established, right? So like put that in work. If you can't show up to work and you're making excuses every time someone calls you, like, well, I'm showing houses right now, but you never show up all week, like fam, you're not going to sell houses. Like you're coming with excuses. So my point is, again, like if you like getting into the 40s and 50s, like if we can't not even fix, if we just can't make the changes to eat healthier, like because there's a lot of people, man. I mean, like they get to that point where they get cancer or something happened, they're like, oh, you can't, like you're diabetic, oh, you can't eat sugar no more. I don't know, like they still eat it. Like what? Like you literally can die, but you're still doing this.
Yeah.
So why wait till then? Because something traumatic has to happen in order most of the time for us to actually change.
That's true.
Or you know what I'm saying? Or
the same thing. Well, like
or just find your willpower, like find something that substitutes and shit like that.
And that's what I try to do.
And it isn't because like these people like Ed. Ed's a straight up vegan. Like it isn't because Ed's better at it. Ed's just got over that. Like eventually, after 90 days and shit, doing something consistently a certain way, like you just adopt it better. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym for 90 days like that. Now it's a habit. Like you're going to be able to be better at your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like you prospect for 90 days, you're gonna have more leads in 90 days. You can try to eat better for 90 days straight. Be honest with yourself. Like, man, I really suck at this shit. Like, okay, like what can we? You're gonna get better in 90 days.
Man,
I'm just
them nachos look good though. They look good.
But you feel like shit after.
No, I don't. I feel well. Oh, you say you feel mentally like, oh man, I shouldn't have ate it.
Slow, sluggish, yeah.
No. I accepted the fact. Like I said, I ate half of it. Had the chips and also, well, whatever you say is gonna convince myself. I felt I had a good ass meal. After this, I'm gonna go work out. I worked out this morning, so I allotted myself. Okay, I didn't eat anything good. I'll eat this, and then I'll work out later on tonight. I should be good. I'm not completely falling off the bike. Like, hey, give me a fucking bag of cookies. It's done. No, I know. Okay, I ate half. Now I'm gonna go home and work out again and dedicate myself because here's the thing about.
I think my point is just like everything shouldn't just have to revolve around the fact that we have to consistently work out. Like working out is just like a very minuscule item of it. It's the eating. It's just the eating better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's even with myself. I'm like, man, I got to eat better. Like I can make better choices when it comes to eating. I can either eat more because I need to, and I can make better choices, right? Yeah. Okay, so do I need to drink that soda, or should I? You know what I mean? Like, or should I drink this or eat this and stuff like that? That's just my point. Like, we got to. But I'll never. One thing I've always thought to myself is like, but I've never eaten. Like, I never ate something shitty and then made excuses for eating shitty. Like, well, it's because it has tomatoes on it and it's salami and that's a protein and then cheese, dairy. Like that's fucking. It's just I don't know. I dislike that.
Being technical though.
No, I'm just like I know people that are like that though. Like they make a lot. Like instead of I'm just the type where like if I eat pizza, I'm like fuck. I eat pizza. Like I don't be like I need to go to the gym anymore. Like I'm just like made a bad choice. Like you know what I mean? Like
that's me. Like okay, I had those nachos. Yeah, I'm still gonna work out because in my mind is like okay.
But I'm not sitting there at work or anything either. Like man, I just can't get rid of this or anything like that. You know, and I'm not announcing that I need to work out more to psych myself out. I'm just like I know I'm fat or I know I gained weight because I'm eating like shit. I acknowledge that. Does that make sense?
It does.
So it's like I know business sucks right now, not right now for me, but I'm just saying I know business is bad. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, damn, business is bad. Like, I'll say it. And then I'm like, well, why is it bad? Okay, well, it's because I don't show up to work. Oh, it's because I'm not doing these consistently things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, it's instead of doing this, it's like doing this, right?
Yeah.
So when we're trying to find other things, it's just they're pointing back at us.
Yeah. That's just hard, man. But no, I get it. I see you.
Like when I used to sell eyeglasses, man, he said, trip me out, dude. Like the amount of diabetic people that were coming through there and like how, like when you're diabetic, like your vision changes. Okay. So like we would give people glasses. They would do their prescription and they'd come to pick them up 2 weeks later, right? Because they don't make them there. So they get them and they put them on. And like keep in mind when you do an eye exam, they ask you, can you see with this? And you'd be like, yeah, I can see. So then when your glasses get made, they get made off that prescription. They'd come in, we give them their glasses. Boom, here you go. I can't see shit. I can't see nothing. What do you mean? You like start trying to do all the adjustments and everything. So I can't see nothing. Oh, you guys messed up my glasses. Send them back. And you look at their file and then you'd have to have that conversation like, yo, you're diabetic. Yeah. Like, are your levels right? Don't worry about that. Oh, like, oh shit. My car don't go. Did you put gas in it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I didn't. Like, well, that's probably why. Like, so my point is, people would sit there and be like missing a limb, fucking in wheelchairs, shot out, fam, and they'd be making so many excuses to like why it was all our fault versus why they just couldn't accept the fact that they fucking didn't do their job with their insulin.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm scared of, man. Is like later on down the line.
So, dog,
being diabetic.
My point is, when you are willing to do the little white lies, you're gonna do the big ones when you get bigger. Not you, but I'm saying in general. Yeah. Like you gotta think in the smallest terms. The smallest things will snowball.
Right.
So what I'm saying is like that's what I mean. Like that person probably made excuses for a lot of shit before that until
that led up to
and they're still making excuses. Yeah. They still won't be like, yeah, it's my fault. They'll blame everybody. Why it was everybody else's fault.
Yeah, that is true. There are a lot of people like that. That's why I have a bad job because
I never
got it.
I don't take care of myself.
Yeah.
Okay, well shit. What kind of shit out of luck with your glasses then? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, like now let's solve that problem going forward. Like, but you know, it's Bakersfield. I remember when they did that we went to that economic thing. I don't know if you had went with me, but it was here in Bakersfield, and they were like, it was last year. They were talking about healthcare. Like, we're the biggest healthcare provider, largest healthcare, right? Kern County is, but we have the most unhealthiest people because the doctors are saying nobody follows the advice that they're giving.
Damn. What do you think that is? They just don't care. Lies.
Same.
The air is making them do it. The bad air?
I think it's the same reason. Nachos, not fuck with you.
Delicious.
No, I don't. I mean, I just don't think people. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, dude. I really couldn't tell you. I mean,
that's one of my biggest things.
We've all made. Yeah.
I've tried to cut back dramatically on soda, but then the Jameson because the sugar. I don't read all the labels and shit, but I know I try to drink.
But just drink a lot of water, like a lot of water. That's the thing. Like,
I try to drink a gallon a day, at least a gallon.
Well, and then you're working out, so you need to drink more than a gallon.
Oh, is it? See, I'm not a
health. That's a normal. No, not me neither. But I just listen to other people. It's just like selling houses, you know what I'm saying, or other things. Yeah. It's like, well, when you work out, you gotta drink more water now. Oh shit, really? Like, okay, I didn't know that. I'm asking those questions because obviously it's different if you're more active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look at that, listen to Joe Rogan too. So
Yeah.
but I think it was a good episode. You say 12, I say 11, but we'll figure that one out once we get off of this.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks
for
so much
watching.
for tuning in. Follow us, put a stamp on it. Podcast on Instagram, Facebook Live. Please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Any comments, leave them below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time.
Boom. I don't want to do this because my fingers are pointing back at me. God damn it. Too good. In stream.